Okay, so for week 9 of fall anime, another week down, more animes finishing up. Nothing really major sticking out. I guess Jujutsu Kaisen or just spamming the deaths at you. Another one here. I really want to talk about it. Spy Family went hard this week as well. I'm having fun watching Undead Unluck. Also, Shy is very good. Just like a cute superhero girl. There's like some cool villains coming through as well. There's Frieren. It's also hitting you with some emotional moments. So yeah, let's get started. Let's talk about Jujutsu Kaisen this week, episode 19 for season 2. Goddamn, bro. It is Nobara over. At first, it was Gojo over, it was Nanam over, it was Toj over, it was Joke over. Like, literally everyone is dying, and this episode is no exception. So, yeah, before talking about the episode, I won't really talk about it too much because, you know, yeah, cool fight. The quality is still pretty insane, but yeah, like the Nobara stuff I want to talk about because, yeah, this episode was very well done, very beautiful. We got our backstory as well, which was very cool because this anime, it has a lot of action. So the few times you do get slice of life moments, it is very well done. It feels very perfectly slotted and gives you like a break to kind of like, you know, get some more character moments. Nobara's backstory here didn't really tell us anything new about her, but you know, just gave us something that we can enjoy as she died. So yes, she died. Are you surprised? You should be, because she's part of the main cast, the main 3 characters. So it's like, yeah, you know, when someone dies, it might be a fake out. Here it seems to be like kind of serious. So Mahito kind of blew up her brain after like a cool fight scene. But yeah, the main problem I see that so many people are having is that wasted potential. It's not really that they hate Mahito for being a villain, because yeah, he did kill Nanami, so he already has the villain status. Yuji already has a plethora of reasons to like want to kill him. But like, you add Nobara to the death count, it like doesn't add anything. It actually subtracts from the story, because one more death kind of makes you question the writing decisions instead of appreciating how evil the villain is. So yeah, we'll talk about the episode. So yeah, Nobara fights Mahito. This is a Mahito clone, actually, so Nobara kind of realizes it. So yeah, her attacks don't really work, her hairpin. So she realizes, oh, why don't I get up and close? So she dodges like a lot of like Mahito's body transformation, like stretchy arms, spikes. And then she kind of like jumps on him from the roof and then hammers his head with the nail. Does resonance, and resonance actually damages Mahito a lot. So yeah, her resonance, if it touches an object, it kind of affects the main body, and that damage also gets reflected back to the clone body. So it's like she's doing triple the damage, which is kind of cool. So yes, this clone is so weakened, he realizes that he can't fight Nobara, so he runs away. And also the real Yuji is also fighting Mahito. So yeah, Yuji, bro. Once Nobara stunned the Mahito clone, Yuji went off. The fight scene, the animation was sick. This was like one of the best sequences so far of just like Yuji throwing hands. So he just like instantly rushes Mahito, punches him a lot, slams him through a wall. It just feels so good. Like, I love seeing Yuji fight. He really is like a left-right hand merchant. Doesn't really do too much besides that, but still very hype nonetheless. So after the good guys are winning, you know, this is Jujutsu Kaisen. The villains have a lot of plot armor. Mahito kind of swaps places with the clone body. Nobara's running, chasing after them, so she doesn't really realize that the clones did swap. The music was like very intense here as well, good fight music, and then Yuji sees Nobara on the other side of the hallway. He tells her to run because she can't really handle the real Mahito body. It'll like touch her and kill her. So yes, this was also very poorly done in the anime. Like, the anime did a lot of stuff really well, but this one showing how Nobara doesn't even bother to dodge Mahito's touch on her face was like pretty bad. But I guess it's implied that Mahito's real body is a lot faster, so that's why Nobara didn't really have time to react. But yeah, it was just like so sad seeing her just like stand there. So Mahito touches the left side of her face like very lightly and then jumps away. So then yeah, he kind of like explodes her face. Nobara, we get like her whole backstory before he does it. We kind of knew bits and pieces about it, but you know, they tell us a bit more. It was very beautifully done. Also, like, the environments are like very clean. The lighting is so nice. And then yeah, she like kind of hates the countryside. A bit of kind of like a dead end. Everyone knows each other, and then there's like a lot of bad vibes. So yeah, she goes to a big city. And then one of her childhood friends like moved away really quickly, so she wanted to like reunite with her. So yeah, basically all that happened. We see also the Nobara chair scene where she's like, yeah, I have like limited amount of chairs in my life. I choose who I let sit in it. But everyone from like the Tokyo Jujutsu High School, they like kind of helped her out. And then they all became good friends. Nobara, Yuji, Megumi, Gojo. They're all part of her life. So yeah, she lived a good life. She says this to Yuji and her face explodes. Kind of half her face, so there's the chance that she's still alive. Because, you know, even in Shonen, even in this one, like, a character is not dead unless their body's like literally cut in half. Like, you get like real confirmation. So yeah, there's a chance. But yeah, we end this week's episode there. Yuji just seeing Nobara's dead body. Her face exploded, and Mahito kind of like enjoying this. So, I mean, I like it. I'm very excited for the fight coming up next week. Because yes, Mahito's gonna get his dues. And yeah, no spoilers, but we might meet some more characters as well next week. So yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen continues. The pain, the suffering, it's all here. So yeah, that is it. Alright, so for Undead Unluck episode 9, very insane fight. This was like a good fight with Andy. Just like everyone's fighting, not Andy, but Victor. So yeah, we see all the Union members coming through. It's funny because yeah, if I compare this episode to Jujutsu Kaisen, I know it's like weird. It's like a weird comparison. But yeah, like you know how Jujutsu Kaisen just shows you a lot of deaths. A lot of like villains have like the plot armor. Here, like the fights just wrap up very cleanly. You're never really stressed out. You feel good watching each episode. So yeah, this is kind of just like a positive action show, it feels like. So basically we see this dude Top. He has like super speed, it seems like. And then he escorts Shen and Fuuko outside while everyone's fighting, but Fuuko wants to go back. She thinks she can like kind of break through Victor's barrier and get through to Andy, maybe like kind of talk to him. Top kind of like runs back with her, and then after that we see everyone else fighting. There's like the number 1 girl with the fire sword. So yeah, her power, I think she can control people, but it seems like Victor, he's immune to abilities that actually like affect people, but he's not really immune to damage. So yeah, they're just using weapons on him. We see there's like the dude with the electric balls cutting up Andy. There's the dude with the revolver. There's like the robot girl with the shield. So everyone's kind of fighting all these undead copies. And then Fuuko, she can instantly spot the real Andy. So she actually like jumps on top of him. She takes her shirt off and like rubs her like titties in his face while the shirt's kind of like tying them together. So yeah, it's very funny. Everyone's kind of like shocked, like, okay, this is what we're doing now. So yeah, Fuuko wants to kind of just like hit him with a big wave of unluck. So yeah, they kind of like listen to her strategy. The thing is, she's also very delicate, so they have to like protect her. So it looks like every time Victor's trying to attack her, use the parts bullet, everyone's like deflecting it off. And yeah, she's just like wrapping her titties in the face. She kind of yells in his forehead that I don't really know you too much. You've saved my life. Give Andy back. Andy can hear the voice. And then finally, Andy's body kind of like breaks free. So then he kisses Fuuko. Oh my god, that was insanely cute. He takes her first kiss, and then she backs off because, yeah, finally the unluck wave is coming through, and it'll hit Andy and Victor together. So yeah, everyone kind of runs away, like the whole city's just exploded, so much destruction, and the water's kind of like coming in too. So then yeah, one of the dudes uses his powers like a type of barrier to like raise the water up. Then Fuuko goes down inside of the wreckage and puts the card in Andy's forehead, and then they both kind of like get drowned by the water. And then yeah, I thought they do like a plot twist where the card didn't fit or anything, but no, like Andy goes and saves Fuuko, they wake up in the hospital, and yeah, it's all good. So yeah, very solid fight, very cute. We just see like, you know, Fuuko using her unluckiness, her power to, you know, save the day. So yeah, mission accomplished. They also like defeated Spoil and got his core. So yeah, that quest was completed. So yeah, it's all good. And then yeah, everyone's kind of like talking in the round table now. We see Fuuko and Andy's positions kind of swapped in the ranking. So now Fuuko is 10 instead of 9. So she actually went down a spot, which is kind of funny. And then also we see the book Apocalypse while they're in their meeting. He's going to tell them the summary of all their quests. So yeah, we saw this quest, but then there's like other quests that people were doing. So I mean, I'm not sure if everyone succeeded or not, but if they did, then we'll get some new rules added to the world. So yeah, I guess we'll see what's going to happen next episode. But yeah, this anime is so unpredictable. It feels very good. So after that, we got Frieren Beyond Journey's End episode 13. So yeah, we meet a new character this episode. And then Frieren kind of rescues him from drowning inside the swamp. So yeah, that's cool. His name is Sane, and he always wanted to be an adventurer, but then like he kind of tells Frieren his regrets as he thinks he's gonna die. But then Frieren kind of rescues him after some deliberation, and he does invite them to the village. They're having like this harvest festival. The problem is, yeah, the squad they have to like, you know, keep going. So yeah, they keep traveling, but then Stark, he gets bit by a snake, and he gets like super poisoned, like brain melting type of poison that nobody can cure. So yeah, they go back to the village. Coincidentally, he knows like a lot of like miracles that can heal. So yeah, he instantly cures the poison. So yes, his power level's insane. We see Sane's brother like talking to Frieren's party about like inviting him to being an adventurer because he seems to be wasting his time here, and he has like a lot of power. So they spend like the rest of this harvest festival just like trying to recruit him to the party. I really love this because it's like, yeah, new party member. I did not expect that at all. I thought we'd stick with 3 people. So yeah, him and Stark kind of gamble together. They lose all their clothes and money. After a lot of hijinks, Frieren, you know, trying to like blow him a kiss, trying to seduce him. They do get to some real talk. So basically, Frieren, she didn't really like Sane because he reminds her of herself. So she has like an aversion of her own kind. What does that mean? Because this dude's not an elf. Well, it's basically people that are really powerful, but like kind of hide their power, limit their potential. So yeah, Frieren kind of gives him a motivational speech about like, you know, don't waste your time. Doesn't matter how late you're doing things. It's better to start now. And the line she uses is that I'm talking about the present. Don't worry about the shit you did in the past. Don't worry about your regrets. If you want to be an adventurer, do it. So even his brother kind of like talks to Sane, tells him that, yeah, we lost our parents, so that's why we had to like live in this village for a while, but You don't have to stay here for me. You could go and travel, follow your dreams. So yeah, this entire episode was very nice. They do get to travel with him. He's like, he'll probably travel halfway until he meets his friend, and then that's when he'll like break off the party. But even then, Lou, this episode was so good. Very well done. The emotional moments hit hard, the build up, like them trying to convince Sane, and then finally Frieren giving the motivational speech, it all like kind of tied in very well. And yeah, unexpected fourth party member, he is a priest with like, you know, strong magic as well. Alright, so for Ragna Crimson episode 10, banger episode, I love this anime. Yeah, we're fighting dragons, but bro, the dragons got backstories, they got like emotions. This anime is making you feel on both sides, making you like understand the villains, which is like very cool because it actually kind of like makes you care when they fight. You're like, oh, who's gonna win? Maybe both sides have some plot armor. So yeah, first off, we see Princess Starlia though. So yeah, she's still in love with Ragna. She's trying to like command her army, but every time she sees Ragna, like her confidence just goes down. But yeah, basically their plan is to run away because there's like strong ass dragons on their ass, and they have 1,500 like kind of people, like humans, to protect. So they're kind of like starting a teleportation circle. It'll be ready in 2 days. But then Crimson comes in and then she says, no, don't run away. We're actually gonna fight. So I thought that was kind of crazy. So yeah, Crimson knows like the details about what the dragons are that are attacking them. So yeah, there's kind of 2 elite superior dragons, and besides that, there's like 10,000 other like regular dragons. Well, I mean, Ragnar wants to kill all the dragons, so he offers to help. Darlia doesn't really know how to react, so she wants to accept Ragnar's help, but she also doesn't want to seem weak around her people. So she acts tsundere. A new tsundere personality unlocked, so she's able to tough it out, talk to Ragna. So yeah, I guess that's pretty cute. And yeah, they're kind of like setting up a big dragon fight with all these like cool kind of silver people. And I mean, hopefully it'll go well because in these fights, a lot of people are dying. Ragna and Crimson, of course, like seem to survive because they're the main characters. But yeah, I don't want Princess Darlia to die. I don't want all these other characters to die. Also, after that second half of the episode was insane. So we see Ultimatia. She can't stop time anymore. She's in her bed just devastated. So she doesn't really know why. She thinks it's because like her connection with God is very weak. But then Volt Kamui comes in. So he kind of gives Ultimatia a pep talk. She's not Ultimatia anymore. She's Traumatia. She's traumatized. A very funny pun there. And then yeah, Volkamui, he's such a cool dude. He's kind of like your like hentai protagonist, just like the tan scumbag dude, but he actually wants to protect Ultimatia, wants to give her confidence back. He's so cool. So yeah, basically he's kind of like, you didn't lose your power because of your connection to God. It's all in your head, so you need to control like the mana. But every time Ultimatia is using her ability, she just sees Ragna's face because he can move in to stop time. So yeah, she's just like super scared. But Volkamui says you can use anger to kind of overpower your fear. So basically kind of like inspires her to be angry at Ragna, and then gives Volt Kamui the order to kill him. So that's kind of like a cool fight they're setting up, and I love this interaction so much. Volt Kamui, Giga Chad, Ultimate Rizzler, Mr. Thundercock right here. He's definitely able to back up his words with his powers, and yeah, he doesn't really care about the god, he just wants to do what he wants, and what he wants to do is protect Ultimatia. Alright, so for Spy Family Season 2, Episode 9, banger episode. It's the finale for the Yor fight, and in here, it's like a classic Spy Family thing. All of the members of the family are saving the day, they're doing their thing. So Yor is fighting off the remaining assassins, the dude with the sword. She kind of got her second wind. She's a bit injured, kind of cut up in the middle of her chest, but she's still like fighting the sword guy. And she's super strong, kind of dominating him, but she doesn't have her weapon. She still needs a hairpin. So she's doing like this whole fight barehanded. Also, there's like bombs set up on the boat. So Lloyd hears this, he overhears like some of the people talking. So it's his job to defuse the bombs. And then Anya's just like kind of providing support to both family members as she's like supposed to be in like a daycare center. So basically, Anya first, she helps her mom out. She sees that Yor's fighting people on the roof and she doesn't have a weapon. So Anya kind of yeets one of Yor's pins that she uses to stab people. Yor kind of picks up the weapon. She's like, oh, it must be the wind. So yeah, that's very solid. We see Lloyd kind of defusing the bombs. He's like doing a pretty good job, but there's not like only one bomb on the ship. There's like multiple. So Anya kind of helps relay the message where there's like more bombs going off. So yeah, the fight scene was amazing. The music was sick. They brought like a new track as Yor's like fighting people. Yor kind of like finishes her mission. She escorts the mafia member's wife onto a boat, and then they kind of like are sailing to an island, and now Yor gets to enjoy her time. So I guess next episode we're gonna be actually vacationing. Lloyd is gonna chill, Anya's gonna be reunited with her family, Yor's gonna be happy. And then yeah, we see her also wearing like long sleeves covered up. so she doesn't really show her scars from battle. But besides that, wholesome episode, the storytelling wrapped up exactly how you would expect. And then it just feels so good seeing our family members accomplish their mission, saving the world. And after this huge arc, a lot of solid animation and music. I bet they're gonna kind of slow it down now. Maybe we'll go back to school and chill. So yeah, we just gotta see. Okay, so for Dr. Stone, episode 8, insane episode, bro. These fights are on another level. People are coming in back and forth, a lot of unexpected shit happening, people fighting against the odds. So yeah, it goes how I expect because Senku revealed himself to Ibara. I was like, bro, Ibara has the overwhelming advantage. He's physically stronger than you. So he also has a Medusa beam. So what are you gonna do, bro? But yeah, this was all in line with Senku's plan. He didn't really have enough time to do everything he wanted because yeah, Ibara's just coming in straight into the island. So yeah, basically this is how it goes down. Senku freed himself because he was able to measure how much the green beam expands. And if he spills the liquid on top of himself, if he throws it up, then he'll unfreeze himself the instant the green beam touches him. But he has to time this perfectly, because if he does it too early, then he'll get frozen. If he does it too late, he can't throw it properly. And also, if he doesn't cover his whole body, then some of his parts won't get unfrozen and they might rot off. So yeah, he has to do this perfectly, and then yeah, he does. He times it. All his science knowledge. I thought it was very cool, but also Senku's a bit unathletic, so maybe he has to account for that as well. But he does the perfect throw, unfreezes himself. He also realizes that the green beam, it can't freeze you if you're touching the nitric acid. So if you theoretically swim in the acid, then the green light can't penetrate it. But also the caveat is this nitric acid, if you're inside of it, it's kind of toxic. So yeah, all of that's kind of interesting, but it gives us a bit more knowledge on this magic green beam. And yeah, besides that, the fight with Senku and Ibara continues. So yeah, Senku kind of hits Ibara with the car. He's I invented the self-driving car, but no, he has this rope that triggers. But Ibara has a bulletproof chest armor, which is made out of seashells, which is pretty funny. So yeah, he's I'm an old man, I'm prepared. So basically he kind of takes the green beam from Senku, stabs Senku's arm, and now Senku's running away while Ibara's monologuing. So yeah, he kind of hides in the forest, which is pretty good because if Ibara tries to throw a Medusa weapon, it might get stuck with the trees. So his plan is to kind of hide, but then he gets cornered onto a cliffside, and it looks like it's over for him. But then bro, he actually freed Ruisui in the meantime, which was kind of nuts. I was bro, you had the time to do that. So he kind of threw a dummy bottle to distract Ibara, and he threw the nitric acid onto Ruisui. So yeah, Ruisui is actually piloting the drone, and he kind of captures the green beam as Ibara is throwing it. So they're kind of pulling it in a tug of war, and whoever wins can throw it back at the other person. So yeah, Senku kind of has a plan where they let go so Ibara can have the green beam. But then Ibara has his helmet, he headbutts it back to them. It's you fell for my trap? Nah, you fell for my trap. This dude got hands, he has plot armor. He's developing all the abilities, he's such a cool villain. But yeah, Ruisui came through, he was clutch, and then Ruisui kind of blocked it from hitting Senku, and he also put his earpiece on it. And then Senku releases the command onto his earpiece. 5 meters, 1 second, instantly stuns Ibara. Turns that to stone, Senku has won. But wait, it's kind of crazy because the whole island is frozen. So yeah, Senku's back to square one. He's by himself. It kind of reminds him of episode 1 where, he had to count all the seconds. He had to kind of do everything himself. It was pretty tense. But here, since his phone is working, he gets a call back from the other island. So all the other girls are waiting for him, asking him, what's up? Are you doing good? So yeah, Senku feels happy now since he's not by himself anymore. And then yeah, the anime continues. He has the green beam. This weapon should be a huge deal because if you reverse engineer this, it might tell you a lot. It might give you hints on what really happened in the world. And also if the dude is still alive, this Y man that we saw in part 1 of the season, because yeah, goddamn, he was scary. But yeah, basically Senku has a lot of work in front of him because this whole island he has to go around, he has to unfreeze people. All right, so for the Apothecary Diaries episode 9, very cool episode. Kind of gives us a lot of insight on Mamao's character as well, as she's solving more mysteries. These mysteries weren't really that crazy, but yeah, they were still interesting nonetheless. One of them's kind of this old dude with a lot of clout, but he's kind of washed up. A lot of people don't like him, and he also drinks a lot of alcohol. But yeah, here he gets poisoned. His alcohol, someone put balls of salt in it, so he kind of overdoses on salt. He gets salt poisoning or whatever. So yeah, Jinshi gives Mamao a flask of alcohol for her reward, which is pretty cool, I guess, because alcohol is a type of poison, but Mamao's immune to poison, so it looks like she can handle alcohol a lot. We see Mamao and Jinshi are kind of back onto an even level now because yeah, Jinshi was a bit jealous. So after that case is down, we get another case. This lady in waiting, she kind of falls down in a moat. So her body kind of freezes and is rotting outside in the river. So they kind of rescue the body, and Mamao has to do an autopsy. She doesn't really like handling bodies because bodies are a type of poison that she can use. and she doesn't want to be like disrespectful or like, you know, immoral. So she asks the doctor to kind of like, you know, touch the body and everything. She notices a lot of like common stuff. Like her feet were kind of wrapped up. She's tall. She has like ripped, bloody fingers. So all of that's kind of interesting. Mao doesn't really accuse anyone. Also, like she talks to Jinshi. This is where it gets serious. So she's like, oh, death, it comes so often. Like, if I die, will you like kill me with poison or whatever? And then Jinshi's like, bro, what are you talking about? Why are you talking about death like that? And then Mama's like, no, I'm not suicidal. I don't want to die, but I'm a commoner. And I'm working on like these high level cases. Like anytime I make a mistake, they might just like report my ass. Like I have no status. So I'll be like the first to die. So basically Mama's kind of revealing her position to Jinshi. You know, Jinshi's always like simping over her. But in the end, the value of her life in the Spirit Palace is like very low. So yeah, Mama realizes this. And yeah, this scene was like a bit too serious for me. I'm like, okay, like we get it. In the end though, I guess the plot is thickening. We see Ado, one of her ladies in waiting, has like burn marks on her arm. So it seems like she might be like doing some conspiracy, like sending messages out, and then yeah, they're like targeting other people. So yeah, the anime continues. You know, this anime is like a box of chocolates or a bag of poison. You don't know what type of murder or story you're gonna get. All right, so for the Eminence and Shadow season 2 episode 9, very solid episode, bro. We got some plot progression. Shadow like doing some more misunderstandings. It's crazy. So this one's kind of like focused on Rose. So yeah, she's a number 666 who joined Shadow Garden, and it seems like she's betraying the Shadow Garden. Okay, so that's a bad thing, right? You betray Shadow, he'll kill you, unforgivable. She had to kind of kill her dad, but her dad was already like dead, like a zombie possessed. So yeah, that was like kind of like a rough backstory for her. We also see like her mom, so Shadow Garden kind of tracks down like the Diablos cult, and her mom seems to be like helping them. And then she like unlocks this like magic treasure and like produces this like legendary ring by the hero Freya or some shit. So yeah, they try to like retrieve the ring, but also like they're killing everyone, so they might kill the mom. So yeah, Rose kind of like fights back against the Shadow Garden people, and then yeah, the other girl is just like so mad. We also get some lore where these two girls, Rose and then this purple haired girl, I forgot her name. They both got their powers from Shadow, directly from Shadow. All the other members were kind of recruited from Alpha, Beta, Gamma, etc. So yeah, getting your power from Shadow, I guess it's a big deal. But basically, since Rose is a traitor, they're kind of like, they kind of blacklisted her and they're like gonna kill her, I guess. Also, after all of this is happening, we see Shadow, he has his own plans. So right now he has like this identity crisis, which is pretty funny. He doesn't know what the Eminence in Shadow is. Like he thought it's whatever he wanted to be, you know, like some secret fighter under the shadows. So he kind of goes around to this new country where there's like this war happening, and he's trying to do some Eminence and Shadow type behavior in this area. So yeah, he kind of like hangs out in this cafe. And also the owner of this cafe, which is kind of crazy, is the prostitute girl that he saved in the lawless district. It's like a quick montage. He goes to jail, he breaks out of jail, he joins the army, and then some people take credit on like his accomplishments. So yeah, he's doing like a lot of like crazy shit, but he still doesn't really know what an Eminence and Shadow is. And then he realizes, yo, what if I get Rose to be the queen of this nation? But yeah, there's some problems. So a Shadow Garden wants Shadow to kind of like kill Rose, get some revenge. And then Shadow also realizes that she's getting married, like this arranged marriage or something. Yeah, that kind of goes against Shadow's plan because yeah, you can't be the ruler of the nation if you're getting married to some other dude like doing their own thing. So Shadow has his misunderstandings, all these other girls are like doing their thing. So I guess funnily enough, he's doing the heroic thing. Save Rose, give her more power, and also deal with the other crazy edgy girl in Shadow Garden. Alright, so for Goblin Slayer season 2 episode 9, we fight a sea monster. So yeah, there's no goblins here, it's sea monsters. So they hunt a sea monster. It's kind of crazy, you know, everyone doing their like, you know, standard abilities, magic. They kind of freeze and wrap up the sea monster and then shoot it in the eye, and it dies. They get all their treasures. We see Goblin Slayer, he actually gives one of like these seashells, like kind of cool shiny pink seashell, to the cowgirl. I was like, god damn, bro, he's pretty smooth. Also, there's like this big kind of like love triangle, or like basically like every female character loves Goblin Slayer, even our priestess and also like the sword maiden. So yeah, the cowgirl does have competition. But yeah, basically speaking of the Sword Maiden, she has to get escorted onto like a town. So she enlists Goblin Slayer and the party to help. She's also, you know, traumatized. She hates goblins. She wants to kill all the goblins. So yeah, all of this is happening. We also see that she's like very shaky, but she wants to touch goblins, or she wants Goblin Slayer to touch her. So she just wants to get close to him, but he's just, you know, oblivious. He's like a rock. I just feel a bit bad for her because she wants to get close with the Goblin Slayer. Also, after that, they do kill a bunch of goblins. It's like this roaming band of goblins riding wolves. They have like this tattoo in them, and apparently they ate meet 5 adventurers, but they can only find 3 of them inside the goblin stomach. So I guess this means there's like more goblins around, so they have to hunt them off later. But yeah, at the end of this episode, they escort the sword maiden back into the kingdom. It's all good. We're seeing more characters, and yeah, the anime does continue. All right, so for Shy episode 9, yeah, it's like a cool fight. I want to talk about it because one of the girls, her name is Kufufu. She has like reality bending powers, which is very funny because I was reading the Jujutsu Kaisen manga, like kind of small manga spoilers, but like her power reminds me of like one of the more recent characters' powers. Anything she thinks that'll be funny, it just happens. So yeah, she's just like trolling Shy. Shy tries to use like fire abilities on her. Like she's just manifests like a fireproof suit. If you kind of hit her, throw her through like objects, it just kind of like cushions her. So yeah, basically, I think there's like a few ways to kind of beat these characters. One way is to kind of like go along with their jokes. So now they'll be satisfied and stop attacking you. Another way would probably just to be overwhelmingly strong and like dominate them. So yeah, maybe Shy like uses her like emotional powers because she's able to connect to people to kind of maybe defeat her. We'll see. But yeah, after that we see Papacia. She's fighting like this girl that seems to be her mother. So yeah, she wants like the whole world to be like this, where everyone lives in a perfect world, they're happy, there's no like suffering. So this girl seems to be like Papacia's mom. I don't know why. But yeah, this anime feels pretty good. You know, these fights are getting serious. Alright, so for Tearmoon Empire episode 9, yes, Princess Mia. She saved the day. The revolution ain't happening, bro. The guillotine is gone. Her neck is saved. But wait, there's another revolution happening. It's on Abel's kingdom. So yeah, like that kind of sucks. Mia gets like PTSD because she's like, I had this guide to help me, but now I have to interfere. Like I want to save Abel, but then now like if I'm fucking with another country's revolution, that shit's dangerous. My ass might be on the line again. So yeah, we see like there's like people in the background kind of like sabotaging the kingdoms. So yeah, Abel's kingdom right now, they have like this like raising of taxes, which makes like another party or like rise up. Mia wants to go and visit Abel and see like if she can help. But the thing is, since they're like kind of royalty, like high up status, they have to go low-key undercover. So yeah, one of the girls, she like invites them to like go in like this merchant caravan. She's a girl that reads books with glasses. So yeah, they kind of like go travel to the kingdom. The thing is, they get attacked by assassins and they're targeting Mia, it looks like. So then yeah, Mia kind of like falls off the caravan and then Sion kind of saves her and they kind of like hang out together. It's like kind of cute, I guess. And then yeah, Mia has like a lot of survival skills because when she was running away from the kingdom on her previous life, she was like living in the woods for a few days. And then that's when she had to like find out which food is healthy or not. Also after that, they get rescued by this hunter who's like from a hunter village. He kind of tells them that life is like pretty good here so far. So yeah, Mia thinks it's kind of weird that like there's a revolution happening. So yeah, the anime continues, you know, new plot line. And yeah, that is it this week. Thank you for watching. Shows are pretty good so far. You know, the Jujutsu Kaisen tragedies, it is sad, but this is what the manga readers have been going through for years, bro. It's all suffering. Really love the Spy Family mini arc on the boat. And besides that, thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.